Hey guys, I hate to do this, unfortunately, but I have to shut down All Garage Time for like a month or two. But I will be back. I will certainly be back, better than ever. I have been planning and working on renovating the garage and doing a lot of maintenance on things that are broken, but I just haven't been able to do it with all the current projects and my normal workload. So unfortunately, I think I just need to shut down and focus on improving the space. Last week I made a video on repairing the max jacks, and that's just a good example of things that are failing and breaking. Fixing garage tools is not that exciting, and I know only a few hundred of you watched the repair of the max jacks, but there's several things broken. Some of my lights have failed. My air compressor needs to be cleaned out, maintained, change the belt, change the oil, drain the tank. All this clutter is going to get removed. My drill press is broken down. It's got a very wobbly spindle. My air lines and regulators are also broken. They're leaking air. My MIG welder's broken down. Basically everything needs a little TLC. Things have been going well with this. I've been making videos now for 6 years, almost 400 videos, 2.7 million views, and the channel's been growing every month. Steadily, 150 to 200 people subscribe every month. So I just want to do a little better. I spend so much time out here between my regular job and doing my car projects. I wanted to make this space a little bit more professional and more usable, and also host again the welding workshop, which I want to get back to. The car projects are also getting better. My cars are getting better. I want to give you a quick rundown of each of the projects. So the 356, you haven't seen it in a little while. It is doing amazing. The car, I've been driving it like once a week. I do have the seats back in it. Last I left off with was a lot of trouble with the chrome. So here's a quick update on that. This is the chrome hinge piece that was reworked by Cy Hillings. That's who I used the second time around for chrome, and they acknowledged their mistake. They realized there was too much chrome on these pieces, and so they've reworked them, and now they fit back together perfectly. No, extra grinding required. So they basically fixed their mistake, and I do recommend them. It's called Cy Hillings in Santa Ana. I didn't mention their name before, but they do good work. It just took me a long time to get this one finished since it had to be reworked a couple times. All my interior is done. It's just waiting to be installed. There are a few small unfinished projects that I started and just haven't finished. There's a little bit to do with the gas tank fitment, the front hood adjustment. There's a few things that I just need some alone time to basically get the car ready before I can fully put the interior in. But that car will be at the West Coast holiday. It's going to be this year in October, and I've registered. So that's kind of the next big deadline for me, is to get the 356 finished and take it to Santa Barbara for the West Coast holiday. And then the Supra is doing well. I made that video on using it as a daily driver alongside the Cabriolet. I have fixed the leak with the heater core. I ended up just bypassing the heater core temporarily. It's summertime, I don't need the heater, but we'll get back to the heater core replacement, and we'll do videos on this car again too. The heater core is going to be a big job. It requires removing almost the entire dashboard. Mac is here in the driveway as well. You can tell there's no engine in it because it's sitting really high in the back. But the car itself is fine. It's ready to have the engine installed, but the engine's still waiting. The engine's been sitting here covered up in the corner. I'm still having an issue with the PMOs. I haven't got a response yet from them. They've known about this issue for over a month now, and I'm basically still waiting on PMO to fix the problem. I really had hoped to have that project done like 2 weeks ago, because I need that space to be able to kind of renovate the area. But I can't put the engine in, like I said. I'm still having issues with airflow leakage in the PMOs. So if I don't get a response in the next week or two, I'm probably going to move on to a different vendor. And last but not least, the silver car, which is my other daily driver, is also doing really well. I had just spent a bunch of time doing the 1,000 mile after rebuild service. That means retorquing the heads, retorquing the intake manifold, retorquing the exhaust, checking for oil leaks, which I don't have any. I've also adjusted the valves and made sure that everything is tight without any leaks. I also did a leak down test just to verify that the heads are still doing great, and it's less than 1% leak down over all 6 cylinders. I also, did like a full tune-up, adjust the fan belt, replace the spark plugs. The wires are brand new. So basically that car is driving perfect. I love the way it drives. So I'm just gonna enjoy it like it is for the moment. There are a few things to fix on it, like the power windows and the power door lock on the driver's side's not working. But I can still drive it as a daily driver. I know the quirks about the car. It's serving me just fine. And then the car I haven't talked about in a little while has been the red Cabriolet. So as you guys know, that was wrecked on Turo. I ended up buying it back and selling all the parts. Well, I'm still parting it out and selling the parts. I have, shelves up above. I have stuff on the side of the house. It's been such a huge effort to basically part that car out to almost individual pieces. Lots of things have been sold already, but I still, for instance, have the Cabriolet top. I have the seats. I have some of the interior. I have a bunch of miscellaneous pieces from the dash and the doors and just, things to sell. It's taking a lot of time. But I'm not complaining. All the parts that I've sold have allowed me to pay, cash for the silver car, which, like I said, is driving great. So I do need to spend a little more time in my shutdown period. I am going to try to finish, liquidating a bunch of extra parts that I have. Now that the 356 is practically together, I am selling extra 356 parts, extra 911 parts, and basically just kind of minimizing the amount of space it occupies in the garage. That has been something that I've been doing for years, but behind the scenes, it takes a lot of time. And to be honest, ever since the red car was crashed, I've fallen behind and haven't been able to really keep up, stay organized, and manage the space. Doing all the stuff I do behind the scenes to be able to support this hobby, it's a lot. And I know sometimes on YouTube it looks easy, and you can kind of see how chaotic it is around me. That's gonna be improved. I'm not gonna stop working on the cars. I'm not gonna stop doing difficult stuff. I just wanna do it in a more professional manner. So take a couple months off, regroup, re-clean, reorganize, and then be back stronger than ever. So thanks again for your support. I will still continue the Patreon meetings every Monday at 10 a.m. Pacific time. We do a Zoom call with all the Patreon folks. So if you want, you can connect with us there, find out the progress here on the space, keep abreast of my projects, and basically just help each other. We all help each other with our projects and see how each others are doing, and be supportive. So if you want to join that group, it's every Monday, 10 a.m. Pacific time. We meet via Zoom. It's a good group of guys, so I will continue those, but it'll be a few months before you'll see my next video.